Yesterday, I shared Nashville as an underdog, and it was a winning bet. And today, I will also share all my betting mall projections. And I also have 1 2 unit best bet from my betting model. Those are most selective bets with the highest value based on my calculation. And this season, these bets are plus 16.94 units of profits. As you know, I have recreated this betting model this season, and at the start, I was looking for the discrepancies, and the best place are where we find adjusted Kelly 2 or more. And I have today one such bet, which I will share in next minutes. And at the end of the video, I will answer this question. Someone asked me, does my betting model need to be complex to win? And I will answer this question. Okay, so but let's start with projections and today's. So those are all my projections from my betting model. First game, Philadelphia Flyers against Chicago Blackhawks. I will comment every single game. I will also go through the numbers, and then of course you can bet whatever you want. I don't encourage anyone to follow me. I just share my projections, and I will show you what I think is the best bet based on my numbers. Okay, so the first game, Philadelphia Flyers against Chicago Blackhawks. Based on my projections, Philadelphia should have 52.77% of chance to win this game. My projected odds 1.89 on Philadelphia. Bookmakers 1.72. Not no value. Also, when it comes to totals, maybe small lean to under, but still not good enough. Then we have Buffalo Sabres against Winnipeg Jets. I have Reimer against Hellebuck. Based on my projections, 5.88 goals, bookmakers 6, which is very similar. When it comes to projected probabilities, my betting model gives Winnipeg 69.51% of chance to win this game. So no value in this game, not enough value. So I'm looking for bigger discrepancy between my projected odds and bookmakers odds, and there is not enough discrepancy. Then we have Pittsburgh against Florida Panthers, Tristan Jarry against Sergei Bobrovsky. Based on my projections, 6.40 goals. So I think there is small lean with over 5.5. So if I need to pick anything over 5.5, of course, depends on the odds. If you can get something close to even over 5.5 would be a good bet. But this is still not the best bet today. If we comment money lines, I have Florida as a favorite, 1.56, bookmakers 1.39. So they're a little bit overrated, so not enough value with Pittsburgh as well. Then we have Nashville against St. Louis Blues. Yesterday I had Nashville. A lot of people didn't believe in Nashville. But of course, we're not trying to pick the winner. You could get Nashville at plus 150, plus 152. The final closing odds were plus 140. So you beat the closing line. I had them at plus 144 because when I do all this, I always use and test in real time because you can create your own bot. But then once you start betting and you need to do this in real life, then the situation is completely different. So you should always do everything as you can do in real life, okay? Against the bookmaker that you have, against the time when you can bet, when you wake up, everything you need to do in a real life, a real-time real life, okay? Because one is theory and something else is what you do in real life. So that's why I always encourage people who create betting models or systems that they when they test something, they should do as they would do in real life. Okay, then you can implement this in your strategy. Okay, if you just follow someone or if you just try to do some theory, then you cannot do this. Okay, so always do as you would do real life. Okay, Nashville Predators was plus 144, closing was plus 40, so they beat Toronto, although many people didn't believe that this is a good bet, but it was a good bet. And yesterday I commented Nashville is playing better than their current results show. And today my betting model has this game close to 50-50, and bookmakers have Nashville as an underdog. And I think Nashville 2-unit play, this is the best bet of the day today. Despite they are playing on a back-to-back, Nashville plus 156 2-unit play is a qualified bet. They will probably start with Annunen, and on the other side I have Binnington. Okay, so if you agree with this pick, or if you have something to say about this game, you can comment below. Not about the game, because I'm not making NHL sports fan content, but comment the probabilities, right? So what are your probabilities, okay, for this game, and how you came to these probabilities, how you can back your words, okay? And based on my projections, there is a value with Nashville again today. Carolina Hurricanes, Anaheim Ducks, Fredrik Andresen against Lucas Dostal. Based on my projections, Anaheim should be plus 140. They're plus 179. So small lean with Anaheim, maybe with puck line, but of course this is not good enough. It is adjusted Kelly below 1, which is not good, but Carolina is probably a little bit overrated. Tampa Bay, Vegas Golden Knights, Vasilevsky, Samsonov. I give, not I, but Betting Mall gives Vegas Golden Knights 54.37% of chance to win this game. 1.84, bookmakers 1.88, so maybe small lean with Vegas Golden Knights. And the last game, Boston against Los Angeles Kings. I have Los Angeles at 1.51 and 2.97 on Boston, which is very similar to bookmakers numbers as well for the total. 5.36 projected and bookmakers 5.5, so there's not enough discrepancy. So what is the best bet today? In my opinion, not my opinion, but based on my betting model, Nashville plus 156 or 2.56 if you use decimal odds, which I recommend because they are much easier to use once you start using the numbers. Okay, so this is my best bet of the day, and those bets where I find enough discrepancy. This is my own formula that I use here, where I see the number 2 or bigger, which means that I have a little bit more value. Those selective bets this season are close to 17 units. Also, with positive closing line value, I can also show you against Novik Pinnacle closing lines plus 1.37%, which is great. Of course, against Pinnacle odds, not some American bookmakers like FanDuel or I don't know what people bet in America on those shady or soft bookmakers with those lines, and then complain on Twitter that they have soft bookmakers, but against Pinnacle, of course, right? Against Pinnacle closing line, right? So those are my projections and today's pick. And now I will answer this question. So someone asked me, does my betting model need to be complex to win? Of course not. Okay, I see two tragedies in sports betting world. First are people who don't use numbers at all. Okay, they try to bet, they try to follow someone's picks, they try to guess winners, they never take really seriously, and 10 years are gone, and that's it. Okay, this is the first tragedy. And the second tragedy is when I see very smart people, intelligent people, people who love maths, but they are trying to build complex betting models. They talk about complex systems, about Python, about all kind of things. They spend their years on Reddit, on Twitter, on forums. They talk and they try to do complex things. No, you don't need to have complex betting model. The only thing you need to find the angle with your sports betting model where you find the edge. Okay, and what can happen? Because sports betting is a relative competition against others. Okay, if we have one market where everyone is using advanced statistics, advanced complex betting models, you will not find the edge, and maybe you will find the edge with a little bit simple betting model where you attack specific angles, okay, specific things, specific matchups or something like that. Of course, it needs to be well defined, it needs to be logical, it needs to be based on statistical methods, but it doesn't need to be over complicated. Sometimes you will need to have complicated, sometimes even simple betting model will work. It depends. Okay, it doesn't need to be over complicated, because if you will use, I don't know, 10 advanced statistics, and with each statistic you will make an error, you will just make a mess. The same is if you just use mainstream statistic and it is not good enough, you'll also make a mistake. You need to find the angle, you need to find a betting model that works and you make money. This is the final goal. The tragedy is that I see so many intelligent people on Reddit, on all those forums, geeks who know everything about statistical methods, about programming, about Python, and then at the end of the day are financially broke, angry on tweet, on those social medias. They are afraid for $100 American, $200 American. The goal is not to create most complex betting model. The goal is that you have well-defined system that works and that you make money. The final goal is to make money. Okay, if you can be the smartest person in the planet, you can be the smartest engineer, you can have PhD, but if you don't make money, all your theory is useless. Okay, the final goal is to make money. And for example, I was creating this betting model. I used all kind of statistics. I made my own regression analysis, my own expected loss, everything. I went did and didn't work. And then I went back to simple from the past when it was working and something in between, and then I tried to find something in between that will work. Okay, and you need to find the combination of statistics, methods, numbers, and information that will work. Okay, and this is the only goal. Okay, sometimes people will say. Or for example, NFL. I have created one of the best, simplest betting models for NFL. It is very simple, but it works for trade straight year right now. Of course, there are situations where you will need to use common sense and maybe stay away from some games or something like that. But you don't need to have the most complex thing. Not every complex thing is good. Okay, if it is something, if something is complex, that doesn't mean it will work. The same is if someone is smart, that doesn't mean that he can make money. Okay, that he's rich. This is not the case. I see smart people, they are afraid of losing 100, 500, $1,000. There are average guys, average people who are making a lot of money and they are financially rich, and they started from zero because they are focusing on the right things. Okay, focus on the things that works, not uh, what is complex. Okay, it is like, I don't know, it is like you say, I need to have a beautiful wife. No, the goal is not to have beautiful wife. Maybe it is, I don't know. But if you want to have happy life, this is just one factor. It can be, but it is not. It is not in most important thing. Okay, if the goal is to have a happy life, you don't need to have the most beautiful woman. Okay, maybe she will makes you unhappy, right? You need to find the balance. Okay, and this is the goal. The goal is making money. Okay, and of course there are certain things you cannot just, I don't know, bet on games without using numbers, without using statistics. But that doesn't mean that you need to have PhD to and create the most complex betting model in Python, and then you sit in your small room uh, and talk with your five friends on Reddit. You're all financially broken. You're the smartest people in the world, but you're not making any money. Okay, this is not the goal. The goal is to make money. Okay, in the long run. Okay, and there are certain concepts, and then you can find your own balance between complexity and what works. Okay, and this is the goal. So, does my betting model need to be complex to win? No. Your betting model must be well defined. It must be based on some logical and statistical concepts, because once you create a betting model, and if you have, I don't know, completely different numbers than bookmakers all the time, as you see, once I set the filter, maybe one or two games will be qualified bets, right? Most other games will be close to bookmakers. So this is a good indicator. If you create betting model and you will have, I don't know, minus 500 on Buffalo against Colorado, and you will have, I don't know, Lakers plus 20 against Chicago Bulls, or if you have, I don't know, Kansas City Chiefs against who is weak team, I don't know, some weak team, and Kansas City Chiefs will be plus 30 underdog. Something is wrong, right? So it must be it must be some logical. And once you create your betting model, once you project the lines, they must be similar to bookmakers, right? This is first good indicator, okay? But it doesn't need to be ultra complex or in Python or something like that. The goal is to make money, okay? I was a little bit longer today, but I hope you got some idea, and I hope that I can encourage a little bit more people to start using numbers and betting models. Okay, and Google Spreadsheet is completely okay for most people, and it helped me to make enough money, so I don't need to work anymore. I know people, I know other people who use Google Spreadsheets who are making a lot of money, and they make copy paste, they do projections, they make money, and they don't need to spend whole day on Reddit or coding or something like that. Most people will not code, right? That's it. Okay, 90% of people will use spreadsheets, and that's completely fine, and you can do wonders with this. If you're not lazy, if you sit down, take a cup of coffee, make copy paste, do projections, have fun, make money, and that's it. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and whatever decide to take, I wish you good luck. And always remember, never blindly follow anyone, including me, because at the end of the day, you need to take responsibility for your bets. And also, if you take my words or information that I said right now, it is still at the end your responsibility what you do with this. I don't force anyone with the gun to take my advice. Okay, so I wish you good luck.